Have you ever noticed your body giving off unusual signals that you just couldn't explain? As we grow older, our bodies begin to send us quiet messages. Some of them are subtle and harmless, but others can be much more serious, like a reminder that the final chapter of life may be approaching. What many people don't realize is that the body actually has a way of sending warnings before life draws to a close. These aren't just everyday aches, minor discomforts, or the usual tiredness that comes with age. They are distinct, recognizable signs that doctors and health experts often point to as markers of deep physical change. In this video, we'll explore 7 specific signals that the body often gives before entering its last stage. As you listen, I invite you to reflect on how your own body feels. Use this knowledge as a source of strength and awareness, not fear. By the end of this video, you'll clearly understand what these 7 signs are and gain the wisdom to face them with courage, acceptance, and peace. These insights are not meant to take away your hope, but instead to inspire you to cherish every precious moment. Now let's begin. Sign 1: sudden and unexplained weight loss. One of the most noticeable warnings is a rapid drop in weight without any clear reason. If the pounds seem to vanish even though you haven't changed your eating habits or exercise routine, it's often a sign that the body can no longer process nutrients the way it used to. This may happen because the digestive system has slowed down, cells are no longer absorbing what they need, or serious conditions such as cancer or organ failure are present. You may notice your clothes hanging loose or friends pointing out that you look thinner, even though you never tried to lose weight. Keep in mind, gradual weight changes can be normal, but sudden sharp weight loss should never be ignored. It's often the body's way of shifting its focus from maintaining strength to simply trying to survive. This type of weight loss is usually accompanied by a loss of appetite. Foods that once excited you no longer seem appealing. Favorite flavors may taste different, or you may feel full after just a few bites. This is the body's way of conserving energy for vital functions. For families, watching a loved one shrink day by day can be heartbreaking. But it's important to understand this isn't about willpower or choice, it's the body signaling that it's preparing for a new stage. Recognizing this sign gives us the chance to respond with compassion, focusing on comfort, dignity, and meaningful moments rather than trying to force the body back into routines it can no longer sustain. Sign 2: constant, overwhelming fatigue. Another powerful signal that the end may be approaching is when the body reaches its closing chapters. One of the clearest signs is a level of exhaustion that goes far beyond ordinary tiredness. This isn't the kind of fatigue you can shake off with a good night's sleep or an afternoon nap. Instead, it's a deep, bone-weary fatigue that lingers, making even the simplest actions feel like monumental tasks. Things that once seemed effortless, walking across the room, holding a short conversation, or even just sitting upright, can suddenly feel as difficult as climbing a steep mountain. This extreme fatigue often appears because the body's systems are gradually slowing down. The heart may no longer pump as strongly, the lungs might not deliver enough oxygen, or the blood can no longer carry nutrients the way it once did. As a result, the body makes a choice. It redirects what little energy is left toward keeping only the most vital functions alive, leaving almost nothing for movement, alertness, or active engagement. You might also notice long stretches of daytime sleep. Someone may rest for hours, wake for just a brief moment, and then quickly drift back into slumber. Nights can become restless, while the daylight hours are dominated by drowsiness. This shift in rhythm, more sleep, less wakefulness, is the body's natural way of preserving its remaining strength. For loved ones, this can feel like the person is pulling away or disconnecting. In reality, it is the body prioritizing survival. Persistent fatigue also affects the mind. Clear thoughts may slow down, responses may come with delay, and there can be moments of confusion or difficulty concentrating. Conversations may fade into silence, not because of disinterest, but because even speaking requires tremendous effort. It's important to understand that this isn't a loss of care or attention. It's a sign that staying awake and aware has become a full-time struggle. If you're still here watching and finding these insights valuable, type the number 2 in the comments below so I'll know you're with me. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you'll never miss a video like this. Your support makes it possible for us to continue creating meaningful content to guide and inspire you. Sign 3: distinct changes in breathing. Another noticeable and often alarming sign is a shift in breathing patterns. Unlike the quiet, steady rhythm we expect, these changes can take on many forms. At times, breathing becomes short and shallow, making it difficult to speak even a few words without stopping to catch a breath. In other moments, there may be long pauses between breaths or an irregular rhythm that alternates between rapid, shallow breaths and deeper, gasping ones. Family members may also hear unusual sounds, such as a rattling or gurgling noise, commonly referred to as the death rattle. This occurs when weakened throat muscles can no longer clear away fluids effectively. These shifts happen because the lungs and respiratory system are no longer able to work with their former strength. And while such changes can be distressing to witness, as they are a natural part of the body's process as it nears its final stage. As oxygen levels begin to drop and carbon dioxide builds up, the body struggles to maintain balance. For the person going through it, there may be a heavy pressing sensation in the chest or an unsettling feeling that no matter how deeply they inhale the air, never feels like enough. For loved ones, standing by these changes can spark worry or even fear. But it's important to recognize that this is a natural part of the body's gradual slowing down. Sometimes these breathing shifts are accompanied by cooler hands and feet, or a bluish tint appearing on the lips and fingertips. This happens because blood circulation is no longer evenly distributed. The body focuses on protecting the vital organs at its core, and the extremities receive less flow. While these signs may look alarming, they are not always painful. What matters most in these moments is ensuring comfort. Soft blankets, gentle positioning, and a calming presence can help ease distress. Recognizing these changes isn't just about identifying decline, it's about creating opportunities to provide reassurance and peace. A kind touch, a steady voice, or a quiet, comforting environment can remind the person that they are not alone as their body makes this transition. Sign for withdrawal from social interaction. Another meaningful signal that life may be approaching its final chapter is gradual withdrawal from people and activities. A person who once enjoyed lively conversations may now prefer only brief exchanges or even silence. Visits that used to bring joy may suddenly feel draining, and instead of joining in family gatherings, they may choose to stay in their room resting in solitude. For friends and family, this change can be confusing, even painful. It may raise questions: did I do something wrong? Am I being pushed away? But in reality, it has nothing to do with others. This is the body and mind conserving what little energy remains. Often this withdrawal is paired with a growing sense of detachment. Someone may spend long hours sleeping, gazing quietly, or responding less to what's happening around them. Activities and hobbies that once filled their day, whether reading, gardening, or even watching TV, may no longer spark interest. Even music or light conversation can feel overwhelming. Instead, there is a natural turning inward, as if the person is preparing for a different journey. For loved ones, this can feel like a loss before the final goodbye, a painful reminder that life is gently slipping away. But it's essential to remember this is not rejection. It's the body's way of saying that rest, stillness, and peace are now more important than stimulation or activity. In these moments, being fully present matters more than anything else. Holding a hand, sitting quietly side by side, or simply offering your calm presence can provide deeper comfort than words ever could. If you're still here with me and finding these insights meaningful, type the number 4 in the comments below so I know you're part of this journey. And don't forget, subscribing helps us continue sharing content that informs, comforts, and inspires. Sign 5. A noticeable decline in appetite and thirst. As life nears its final stage, one of the clearest shifts is a dramatic drop in both hunger and thirst. Meals that were once routine suddenly become a challenge. A person may nibble only a few bites, take a sip or two, and then push the plate away. Drinks might be declined completely, not out of stubbornness, but because the body no longer signals the need for food or water. This transformation happens because the body is shutting down systems that are no longer essential for survival. Digestion slows, metabolism decreases, and the demand for calories nearly disappears. For families, this change can feel unsettling or even heartbreaking. Loved ones may prepare favorite dishes, hoping to spark interest or encourage more water, only to find their efforts gently refused. It's important to remember this is not an act of defiance or neglect, it's a natural process. Often the mouth may feel dry and swallowing can become uncomfortable. Instead of pushing full meals, small gestures can bring comfort. offering ice chips moistening the lips, or serving tiny portions of soft, easy-to-swallow foods. The goal shifts from nourishment for strength to comfort in the moment. Families sometimes carry heavy guilt, worrying they're not doing enough when a loved one stops eating. But forcing food or drink can actually cause discomfort. By recognizing this decline in appetite as part of the body's preparation, families can release that burden of guilt and instead focus on cherishing the time that remains together. In the end, sitting beside your loved one, offering gentle words, or simply being present often matters far more than any plate of food ever could. Sign 6, changes in skin and circulation. As the body draws closer to its final stage, the skin often begins to reveal what's happening beneath the surface. You may start to notice patches of skin turning bluish-purplish or blotchy, most often on the hands, feet, knees, or elbows. These changes are a direct result of slowed circulation. Blood is now being directed toward the vital organs, leaving less flow for the extremities. The skin may also feel cooler to the touch, even if the room itself is warm. Beyond the color changes, the texture of the skin becomes more delicate and fragile. Small bumps that once healed quickly may now cause bruises, and cuts may take longer to close if they heal at all. For seniors, this can mean that even the gentlest touch leaves a mark, and daily activities suddenly feel much more delicate. These changes are not merely cosmetic. They're physical indicators that the body's systems are no longer repairing or renewing themselves as before. Sometimes you may also notice a marbled or mottled pattern across the skin, almost like faint watercolor shades spreading beneath the surface. This too is part of the body's natural preparation as circulation continues to slow. When circulation slows, the body conserves its final energy for the most vital organs, the heart and the brain. For families, these visible changes in skin color and temperature can feel alarming, even distressing. But it's important to understand that this is simply the body's natural progression toward closure. What brings comfort at this stage isn't trying to reverse the visible signs, but focusing on warmth, gentleness, and care. Soft blankets, cozy socks, and a calm, peaceful environment can make a world of difference. The most meaningful gift you can give isn't correction, but reassurance, letting your loved one know they are safe, supported, and surrounded by love. If you've stayed with me this far and found these insights valuable, type the number 6 in the comments below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss future videos like this. Your support truly helps us keep creating meaningful content to inform and inspire. Sign 7, withdrawal and decreased awareness. One of the most profound signs that the end may be drawing near is a gradual withdrawal from the world and a decrease in awareness. Conversations that once brought joy can feel exhausting. The person may respond less or even choose silence over speech, preferring simply to listen or rest in quiet. You might notice their replies becoming shorter, slower, or disappearing altogether. This is not rejection, it's the body and mind conserving precious energy for the final transition. Along with this, awareness often shifts. A person may drift in and out of consciousness, spending more time sleeping or appearing drowsy. Sometimes they may speak of seeing familiar faces from the past or describe visions and experiences that seem to prepare them for a journey beyond what we can see. For families, these moments can be confusing, emotional, even spiritual, but they are often part of the body's natural process of easing into peace. In the final days or hours, recognition may fade. Someone who once greeted you warmly might no longer call your name. While this can be painful, it is not a loss of love. It is simply the spirit turning inward. In these moments, holding a hand, speaking softly, or sitting quietly nearby can provide reassurance without demanding energy the person no longer has to give. These changes may be difficult to watch, but they also remind us that the body knows how to close its own story. The most powerful gift you can offer is your presence, peace, compassion, and unconditional love. Often silence and closeness heal more than any words ever could. Final thoughts. When you look at these 7 signs together, they don't paint a picture of fear. They paint a picture of understanding. Each shift, whether it's in breathing, appetite, skin, or awareness, is part of the body's natural process as life approaches its close. These signs are not here to alarm you. Instead, they prepare us. They give us the wisdom to recognize what's happening so we can respond with comfort, patience, and love when it matters most. So let me ask you, what stood out to you the most today? Have you noticed any of these signs in your loved ones or even within yourself? By recognizing these patterns, we can face the end of life with more compassion, less fear, and a deeper appreciation for the precious time we still have together. Thank you for joining me in this conversation. I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below, sharing one thing you learned today and how you might use it in your own life. Reading your thoughts gives us encouragement and inspiration to continue creating. If you found this video meaningful, please give it a like, share it with someone who may need it, and subscribe for more content that informs, comforts, and uplifts. Your support means the world to us. Until next time, take care and may you find peace, love, and gratitude in every moment you're given.